Let's look at functions in PHP. A function is a block of statement that can be used repeatedly in a program. A function will not execute immediately when the page load. Okay, whatever block you write within the function, that will be executed only when you call that function. And of course, there are two kinds of functions available in PHP. One is like predefined functions and user defined functions. In PHP, we have more than 1000 built-in functions, which makes development easy. And of course, you can write any number of n number of functions for your application development. Okay, and of course, a function name can start with a letter or an underscore. Of course, it's an identifier. The syntax for function is function followed by the name of the function. Okay, and of course you can pass any number of arguments, you can return any kind of data. Within open closed curly braces, you are supposed to write the code. Okay, this is how we can define a function in PHP. It looks same as C. Okay, little modification is you have to use function keyword function before writing any function. And let's look at form handling. Okay, let me write a simple program on form handling. Form handling is whenever you have a registration form or some sort of login form or any sort of form in HTML, to handle the data which is entered in the form, we do use PHP. Here I am going to demonstrate how to handle form data in the PHP program. Okay, let me use this HTML code. I don't want to write it again, so let me use this. Yeah, here is the form I have. Just imagine it's a login form. Let's write h3 login form. Yeah, and it should be password. No, password input type equal to password and name equal to pwd. Okay, and then action taken place on control.php, and save this index.html file under the htdocs directory. We create a name directory name with login module or login directory. In the login directory, let me save this file with the name index.html. Remove the first line. Okay, this is the HTML code that I entered, and now we are going to write this control.php. In this PHP, we are going to take two variables, user and password, and we are going to handle that data using post method. Here we are using post method. No, that's why I use global predefined variable $_post to handle the data which you posted from a form like name. $pass equal to $_post of pwd. Yeah, and just for sake of demonstration, let me compare these two. If both are equal, then I would say echo welcome, else I'll include the file, include index.html. Yeah, so this is the program. Now let me save this file with the name control.php. Okay, and let me open. Login. Yeah, here I am entering the username SASI, password SASI. Then it says welcome. Yeah, if you enter something wrong, let's say SASI something else, it opens again the index.html. That's how it works. This is the simple example where it demonstrates something about login form. Okay, and of course I wrote one more example. I want to demonstrate that also. It's about quiz exam. Yeah, in the quiz I start with index. Okay, I created a simple online examination program. I answer the question and click on submit. It says your score is 1. Okay, let's look at this particular program. C drive, XAMPP, htdocs, yeah, quiz. Yeah, here is the example. Here the action taken place on quiz.php, and here I am using get method, not the post method. Of course, you have seen the difference. In the get method, in the URL itself, you will find what are all the variables you are passing it to the PHP program. Whereas in the in the post method, you don't find this stuff. Okay, the variables are hidden. Whatever values you are sending, those are hidden in the case of post method, whereas in the get method, it's visible in the URL itself. Okay, this is simple example on handling form data. Okay, here what happened, whenever I click on submit button, we are just taking action on quiz.php. Let's open quiz.php program. Yeah, quiz.php, initially $marks equal to 0. Whenever I click on an option and submit, then we are just accessing what is the value entered by Q1, or what is the value associated with this Q1. Okay, if it is A1 means if it is the first choice, increment this variable, otherwise don't do anything. Okay, that's why if I choose the first answer, then I will get marks 1. Now we got 0. If it is A1, I will get 1 mark. Okay, this is how it works. And of course, I wrote another approach called Ajax approach. Let's look at that part also. So in the case of Ajax, let's look at this. So here the same example, the same HTML program I have, but here I don't take action directly on PHP program. I call a JavaScript function. From there we talk to the PHP program. Of course we get the response back. That response is replaced somewhere here. Yeah. If you see this, the way it works, in this application, the page is not redirected to any. Okay. Still the URL is same. And user doesn't aware of which method they are using, how do they interact with the server and all. It's a some portion of the page got replaced, rest of the stuff is still same, right? There are a lot of benefits that we have seen at the time of Ajax. This is the Ajax approach. Okay, let's look at that Ajax approach also. Okay. Yeah, there is no change in their PHP script, but there are changes in their HTML, right? Here instead of taking action on the form or the control.php, I just invite or I just invoke a method or a function defined in JavaScript, valid test of q1.value, whatever value we choose that we pass. Okay, here we accept that in a string, and we created the object of this particular XML HTTP request, and we send that information to the PHP program using get method, of course asynchronously. Once you send it, you will get the response. No, we do respond only when ready state value is 4, means that once we get the response back, and of course it's a true response, that is okay response, that time we respond. What do we do in that case? We find an element with an ID called score. Okay, here we have an div tag with an ID called score with nothing after this form. Okay, that is replaced with something called response text. What response do I get? If you see this, we are just getting that q part or that answer part. Okay, using dollar underscore request global fixed variable, we are going to access whatever options they have chosen in their front end. That choice will get either A1, A2, A3, A4. If you we are going to compare that $ch with A1. If it is true, then we increment marks. Otherwise, we don't do it. Okay. And of course, this response is replaced with the div tag what is written here. Okay. This div tag is replaced with that particular echo statement information. This is how Ajax approach works. This is all about form data. This is how we handle the forms. And of course, form validation that we do.